Hello. So, the polyvagal theory is really a way of explaining the autonomic nervous system. And the autonomic nervous system, you can say automatic. It has all the automatic functions in the body: breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, your ability to digest food, temperature, all of those things that are very crucial for the body to keep on going and not stop doing, but you don't have to consciously think about it. But it also helps to determine if you're safe or unsafe, in danger, and not just for the physical body, but also for your ego, mind, identity. And if you are in a position where you're not experiencing safety, that's is very important. Experiencing safety, it doesn't mean you're not safe. But if your body, your nervous system is experiencing a lack of safety, it will mobilize energy to go into what we call the sympathetic nervous system. It will try to fight off that threat. If there's a person engaging with us or physically coming at us, your body will either try to fight it off or flee away from it. If it cannot fight it off, if it cannot flee away, it will naturally go into something called dorsal vagal or blue zone dissociation. And the dissociative state is essentially your body's feeding the mind all of this influx of sensations. We have to do something, we're threatened, we have to do something, we're threatened, and we empty the resources because we couldn't maybe run away, we couldn't fight, right? For instance, you at work and your boss calls you out on something in a meeting or says something that's very invasive to you in a meeting. You can't start screaming at them, can't punch them, can't just run out of the meeting. So maybe you're trapped in a situation when you can't do either of these pathways, either of these escapes. What happens is that your mind will start to disconnect and numb the sensations, the impulses, the inputs that your body is feeding the mind. Now your body is still feeling the stress, but now your mind is disconnected from the body, and it goes from having adrenaline mobilizing to fight or flight to releasing endorphins, letting the body kind of be a little bit more relaxed. Primarily, the brain's going to be relaxed and the body might still feel stressed. Now, you might still feel calm at this state. I was stressed and now I feel calm. But at higher levels, we will start to go into more like daydreaming, become numb, become trapped, shut down, or go more in towards depressive states, right? Because we're not really living in our body. And the opposite of the blue zone is the green zone, what's called the ventral vagal, when you feel safe, open, curious, compassionate, mindful, present in the moment. Same scenario. Someone always drives into you, you veer your car away and you go, oh, person was in a hurry, and you go about your day. It doesn't shake you to your bone because you're feeling safe within you. You don't have that perceived experience of a threat. And if you do, your body will deal with the stress and then go back to the green zone. So why this curve is really important and the theory is really important to know about, because it makes it less personal to look at your behaviors and patterns or behaviors and patterns from other people. And it gives you a clear language how to explain sensations, stressors, and events in your life in a way that makes it tangible and that you can apply practical interventions or tools to work through this stress. So when we look at the polyvagal theory, it really gives us a foundation for explaining stress patterns, traumas, and it also allows us to have more compassion for ourselves and for others to navigate these stressors. Because if you never had an experience of feeling safety in your body's always going to be stressed. And that's essentially what your autonomic nervous system is. It's a system that stores experiences. And if you had a lot of experiences in a certain way, your body automatically going to act from this repertoire, this history of experiences whenever you come into a new situation. And although this might have helped you in the past, maybe it's not helping you today. Maybe this is making you go into responses that are not adequate in the situation you're in, but your nervous system doesn't know it because I've been doing it for a long time. But if you become aware of it and you start to practice the tools that we teach here at Living with the Spirit, then you give your brain and your nervous system a new way, a pause between reaction and the stimuli, what triggers you and what you do with it. And you literally teach your brain a new way to act in stressful situation that gives you more options, because it gives you more awareness of what you actually can do in a situation instead of just doing what we always have done. It literally gives your body a way of feeling safe again, teaches the body to feel safety, just like we can do with a kid when they're afraid of something. We take them close, we nurture them, and that teaches the brain and the nervous system that even though I'm feeling afraid, I can soothe myself and I can allow myself to feel safe. And after we have done what's called co-regulation like that we're using our body to help someone else regulate their nervous system, calm them down, they can self-regulate their own nervous system after some time. So the polyvagal theory really gives a groundbreaking way of looking at stress, impulses, patterns, behaviors, interpersonal dynamic relationships, and is really vital for personal development, but also understanding other people if you intend to work professionally with it, or if you're already working professional with people. It gives you a very deep understanding of how to work with people. This person is not being rude and disrespectful for you. They're having so much stress in the body that they don't know what to do with it. And if I can make it less about me and this person and more nervous system to nervous system, I'm inviting this nervous system in to have a chance to feel safety, and maybe something else comes out of it instead of punishing something for something, which would just induce that stress and that pattern even deeper into the nervous system. So it's really a way of looking at ourselves compassionately and with a practical, scientific applicable model that really explains complex processes in the body, but it allows us to get this freedom, right? And what I've noticed in myself and in many clients and students over the years is they feel more at ease, better sleep, can relax more, chronic pains that start to go away, autoimmune conditions have started to become different, and some of them have started to go away. The relationship dynamic has changed, the self-esteem has changed, procrastination, it's just a defensive mechanism that happens in the blue zone because we're overwhelmed. So there's less self-sabotage, there's less procrastination, laziness, we can call it. And people just feeling overall better with themselves because they understand themselves better. They understand where they're coming from. They understand other people, and they can have more compassion for themselves. So that's why I'm really passionate, as you can hear, to share about the polyvagal theory, because it's really a framework for compassion, understanding, and unconditional love, but it's presented in a scientific method that also makes it very applicable, very structured, and very pragmatic. So it has the best of two worlds, which I really enjoy personally, right? That it's not just left brain dominant, it's also right brain dominant. So it's a perfect match of knowledge and compassion, which is truly the way that teaching should be done, in my opinion, because then we empower ourselves and others to want to grow. We're not forcing them. We're not using fear or shame or guilt. We're actually empowering ourselves and others to grow and want to learn more because we're feeling safe. And when you're feeling safe, which is the crucial word for the polyvagal theory, you're able to do anything you want to do. There is no limitations other than learning and actually working towards something, of course, but there's no internal emotional disturbances that you cannot navigate or deal with when you're feeling safe or when you have ways of allowing yourself to feel safe when something is stressing you out. So the more you do this work, the better you will feel, and the people around you will feel better too, without even having done the work. So it's not just rewarding for you, it's also rewarding for everyone else around you doing this work. So thank you very much for following along this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.